Let me tell you about Ivy. Ivy Sheng is a 16-year-old student from Kooyong who cares deeply about climate action and the world her generation will inherit. She's been involved with the Australian Youth Climate Coalition for the past 4 years, working alongside other young people to push for meaningful change. While the scale of the crisis can feel overwhelming, she's hopeful about what communities can achieve when they come together. And she believes it's time to turn that hope into action. Let's welcome Ivy again.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much to Lighter Footprints for inviting me to speak tonight at the Kooyong Candidates Forum. This forum is a vital opportunity to hear from our candidates and, most importantly, to reflect on the kind of future that we want to build. My name is Ivy Sheng, and I'm a Year 10 student who lives in Kooyong, and I'm really grateful to be able to share my thoughts with all of you today. Obviously, I'm not a politician or an expert, but I am someone who cares a lot about the future. I made contact with Lighter Footprints because I felt the need to be environmentally active in the community where I live. I'm here tonight because I believe that climate change is one of the most critical issues that we face. And I really want to talk about what that kind of means for my generation and for the generations that come after us. As a young kid, I didn't really think much about climate change. I didn't grow up in a household that talked very much about political issues, and so for the longest time, climate change felt to me like some kind of buzzword. I would hear it all the time, but I didn't really know what it meant. It was kind of like something that people talked about, but in these kind of half-hearted, incomplete ways, where the root of the issue wasn't really addressed, and neither were solutions proposed. In the summer of 2019 and 2020, the bushfires happened. I was in Year 5, and I was locked down during the pandemic and watching the news in disbelief. At school, I remember doing an activity where we had to cut out these images of houses engulfed in flames. And I'm sure some of you might have seen it before, but this iconic image of a kangaroo fleeing a wall of fire and the sky turning an eerie red. It was real, and it was terrifying. My family and I came to Australia when I was 5 years old, and this country has given us so much. It's given a high standard of living, breathtaking natural beauty, and a democratic system where voices are meant to be heard and to be reflected in the actions of our leaders. I want that same Australia for my kids and for their kids as well. But climate change is already shaping their future, and it's shaping mine too. The cost of living crisis, extreme weather events, and environmental degradation are all interconnected. I want the future generations to have the same opportunities that my parents gave me, but that future is at risk. This election is going to be a historic one because Gen Z and millennials are going to be outnumbering baby boomers for the first time. So, the decisions that we make today aren't just going to shape the next 3 years, but they're going to shape the future and set the tone for decades to come. I used to tell a lot of my friends that climate change isn't a political issue, and that's something that I really regret now, because what I meant was that it shouldn't be a political issue. Something that's so basic to our survival should not be something that's up for debate. But the reality is that climate change is a political issue. Just like education and cultural safety and the right to have your identity respected. A healthy and safe climate is a basic human need and a need that needs to be protected. I often hear that my generation is the last to live in the world as we know it, but I think we should reframe that. We're also the first generation to really wake up to this crisis, and luckily for us, we do have the technology and willpower and imagination to actually do something about it. Democracy comes from the Greek word demos and kratos, so it literally means rule by the people. Forums like this one are going to help us to make informed decisions when we vote in the upcoming election. So for that, I'm really grateful for your commitment. Every vote matters, and we don't have to sacrifice the well-being of future generations in order to live comfortably today. I truly believe that both are possible, but that's only if we work together. So thank you so much.